Have you ever found that it's a lot easier to heal other people than it is to heal yourself? You work on people with all sorts of conditions and your Reiki does magic. You work on yourself and it seems to struggle. Now this, of course, isn't always the case. Very often when you do Reiki on yourself, you get great results, but sometimes it's curious. You work on yourself so much, and yet, even though you feel the Reiki energy pouring into your body, it just doesn't seem to be fixing the thing you want it to fix. So what's going on? And why does it so often seem to heal other people of even the same things when you struggle to heal yourself? Now, to answer this, I want to tell you about a guy who came to see me once for a healing session who, by the time he got to me, had allergic reactions to over 150 things. In fact, he was allergic to so many things that he was even allergic to leather belts. I kid you not, leather belts. Now, it started off very simply. It was just shellfish. He had an allergic reaction to shellfish, and then from one, it just multiplied bit by bit over time until now. I mean, by the time he saw me, 150. It's crazy to think of it. So, why does this happen? And what is the connection between that and healing ourselves? Well, think of it like this. Imagine this guy. What does he do? He finds that he's allergic to shellfish, and so now a little part of his mind says, ooh, better be careful. There are certain foods that you might be allergic to. So what's he focusing on? He's focusing on things he might be allergic to, and lo and behold, he then finds a second one. And now he's found two. They kind of validate his thinking that he needs to be fearful of things that could potentially cause an allergic reaction. So now he's on the extra lookout. Ooh, maybe there are other things. And guess what? What you focus on grows. He now finds more things. And the more things he finds, the more that validates the belief that he needs to look out for things that might cause allergic reactions, and before you know it, they're multiplying and multiplying. So let's go back to ourselves when we're trying to heal ourselves. Imagine I've got an injured elbow. Okay, so I think, well, I've got an injured elbow, let's Reiki the elbow. I put my hand on my elbow and away I go. I Reiki it. Now, as I said, often this will work, but sometimes it doesn't. And I think in a lot of occasions, the reason it doesn't is that we're trying to fix the injured elbow. So what are we focusing on? We're focusing on the injured elbow. What you focus on grows. So even though the Reiki energy is going to be doing its best to help heal the elbow, we kind of undo the good with the negative focus. So if that's the case, how do we get around this? Because it's so easy to fall into this trap. I've done it so many times. I mean, it's just natural. You've got an issue, you know how effective Reiki is, or other healing modalities like chi activation, for instance. And so you're like, well, why not just do some healing on whatever's injured? And as a result, just unconsciously, you start trying to fix the problem. And when you try to fix it, as I said, you focus on it. So what is the solution? The solution is actually very simple. You need to make the healing a byproduct of simply the healing experience. So what do I mean by that? Let's go back to my elbow. Imagine I need to give healing to my elbow. Well, I don't give healing to my elbow with the focus of trying to fix it. I might put my hands on my elbow and send it energy, but whilst I'm doing that, what I'm focusing on is simply the pleasure of the Reiki energy flow. I'm just maybe even focused on the pleasure of the meditative experience of it. So I'm never thinking, oh, I'm trying to fix an issue. I'm just going, let's just revel in the beautiful sensations of this energy flow. And then what happens is healing can be a byproduct. So we're not tackling it directly, it's just a byproduct of the beautiful work and the pleasurable experience that we're having. So in that way, we're not putting any focus on the problem, we're just focusing actually on the positive, which is the good feelings of the energy flow or the meditative state that we enter when we give ourselves the healing. So that basically is it. It's such a simple little shift in focus, but it will make all the difference. And I think you'll find that in a lot of the cases, not all, because we know no healing modality can fix everything every time, but in a lot of the cases where you're struggling to heal something, which, deep down, you know that the healing you do, the Reiki, Chi activation, whatever it is, you know that it should be working. Well, in that case, it's probably going to be a question of focus. You're trying to fix the issue, so you focus on it, and then you've got problems. So, as I said, just focus on the pleasure of giving yourself energy. Focus on the pleasure of being in a meditative state when you do it, and I'm sure you'll get better results. So have fun with this and enjoy.